Yeah, I'm ready now. Did you get that? Don't put that in the video. Yo, woo, what's up guys? Steve here with Speed Kings. Fucking pretty pumped up right now. Not on drugs or anything or meth or anything weird like that, but I'm pretty pumped up because I finished this fucking bike. So, some of you people know that I've been working on this 2018 Road Glide for a while now. We originally picked this up in Sioux Falls, South Dakota at my good friends J&L Harley Davidson. They helped me get this bad boy, 2018 Road Glide, brought it back, your basic stock. This thing didn't even have a security system, no ABS. It was the most basic stock bike you could have ever wanted, the best. Well, I've had it since what, March of 2020. I tore it apart, I think around September of 2020, and here we are, the final. This is it, it's done. I rode it, I love it. I'm ready to do some shakedown miles on it. See what else is going to fall off, because something did fall off yesterday already once, but I got it, it's cool, it's just a shifter, no big deal. You gotta put the nuts and bolts in those things or else they'll fall off. So tech tip right there for you guys. But yeah, she's done. And we're gonna go on a full breakdown of what we did. I didn't just wanna post a picture on Instagram and be like, hey, check out this bike, guys. I thought we'd do a little bit something better. So we're gonna blast you with this dope ass video. Make sure to check it out. Make sure you share all your friends and make sure your grandma sees it because she's gonna like this bad baby. So the motor was originally a 107. Of course, we couldn't leave it that way. You know, I mean, they're fast and all, but come on. So originally we were just gonna do a 124 top end with it with a cam, no big deal. We started the work on that, measured the run out, and the run out was a little bit more than I liked. So, talked to my friends over at S&S. They shot us out a 4 5/8 stroke crank, some 131 pistons, jugs. Now we're a 131 inch, just like that. We topped that off with a 70mm HPI throttle body with 6.2 gram injectors. We wanted to make sure the transmission would handle the power of the 131, so we went ahead and hit up Baker. Boom, Baker Grudge Box. If you're not running that, I don't know what you're doing. I always like to do things a little different, so instead of just doing our standard clutch setup and the primary and everything, we actually went with a 3-inch open belt primary by BDL with their upgraded clutch spring and crazy ass little ball bearings to make sure it can handle the 131 power it's gonna put out. So pretty fucking stoked on that. From there, we did some work right here. Lone Star Choppers helped us out with this bad boy. Larry took care of this, got my notches all cut in, all perfect, man. Fucking top-notch work there. I went ahead and modified my own bags. I'm not into the sleeking, for me, this is my take on a performance bagger. You guys can all fucking whine and bitch and cry about however the fuck you feel about it. I don't give a shit. But performance baggers shouldn't go like this on the ass. All right, that's lowrider shit. Fucking figure it the fuck out. So I cut my own bags, I notched them out myself, plaster welded them back up, we fucking dialed in. It's exactly how I feel a bagger's bag should look. We got a lot of Alloy Art parts on this bike. Big thanks to Justin and Robbie over at Alloy Arts. We got their swing arm and we also have their cush drive set up over on this side. That stuff just really kind of ties everything in together for me, really gives it the look, the feel, everything that I really was looking for. With that subframe, we took a lowrider fender and we modified the lowrider fender to work with the subframe because I didn't want, again, that sweeping look that all the baggers have. Also, with the subframe, I was able to delete all that chrome, bullshit fucking strut covers and shit that just served no purpose anymore. So really stoked with how that all kind of tied in and came together. One of the biggest things about baggers and riding baggers that I've experienced while I was riding this one was obviously height. Stock in their stock form, they're fucking low to the ground, you're scraping everything off, and everybody's like, yeah, I scraped the shit out of my bagger, but yeah, you're pitched at 2 degrees, it don't even matter because you fucking stock height. So originally I ran a 14-inch on the rear and +2 on the front right off the bat, and it changed everything. So on the front suspension, I'm running +2 fork tubes with GP cartridges. I'm running some Olin's 357s. Kevin over at Big Bear Performance set them up for me. I'm not a big fan of gold. Fucking don't really like it at all, to be honest with you. I feel like if you're gonna do gold, everything's gotta be gold, and it's too hard to match all the different fucking golds. So I had them polished and clear anodized. So a little something different, so you're not gonna see these fucking gold ass things like everybody else has. Of course, I had to do the tunes. I'm not gonna, it's a bagger. She gotta have tunes. I don't give a fuck. So we got the full Rockford Fosgate system from Plex Audio that hooked us up with that one. couldn't leave anything alone, so I'm running a Sony head unit. We have Dakota digital gauges, running Speed King's Aniston risers with our bar setup, our high bend bar. One of the other things that I really enjoy and I really like the look of and everything, because I didn't want the whole front end covered. I didn't want all the nacelle, I didn't want all that stuff. I wanted to ditch all that stuff. So we got hooked up with a set of Sly Fox upper and lower trees. It just really ties it all together. I'm really happy with that. So to get the motor to breathe, we throw on an HPI pipe. I'm really digging the shorty on this. I know full length gives you a little more power, but it's not the vibe I like. I don't like that full length shit. It's not for me. So this shorty really complements it real well. I'm super stoked on that. Braking obviously was a big deal on this bike because we're running a 131-inch motor. I wanted to make sure it was gonna be able to stop. You know, Josh over at RPM Moto put this motor together for me, and he's gonna do the tuning on it. We haven't tuned it yet, but he's gonna do the tuning on it real soon. He may not be aware of this, but I know it's gonna be a screamer, and I know I need to be able to stop. We threw a set of our Speed King's Astro Novem wheels on this bike, and with that, opened us up to a lot more braking options. So I'm running 15-inch front rotors, dialed in with Behringer 108mm radial calipers front and rear. So this thing not only will shit and get, it'll stop on a dime. That's kind of the biggest thing. If you're gonna go in on one, you gotta go in on all of it. You know, one of the things too, I did something different on this bike than I normally do. I normally run an inverted front end. I wanted to do something a little different, so I went with the Owlet Art lower legs on this with the ambidextrous 108mm radial caliper mounts. We have those, of course, chromed along with the fender mount. We're running dual Baja lights in the front, you know, of course, because we got to be able to see. I mean, Rebuffini floorboards, I'm really digging the way those things look. They're just made perfectly. We got thrashing supply, short brake arm, and short shifter. I modified the brake arm to make sure to work with the shift peg I wanted, so I have matchy-matchy because I'm stupid like that. And then we have the Recluse slave cylinder on there for a 30% lighter pull. I was lucky enough to have a prototype gauge mount of our gauge mounts that we have laying around. And after another 2.5, 3 hours of machining on it and multiple 3D printing to know how I had to modify it to fit the Dakota digital gauges, I was lucky enough to get it one try because I only had one try. If not, this bitch was gonna have a 3D printed gauge housing on it. This bitch has definitely got a lean on her still, and she's running a +1 kickstand, so I don't know what to do about that. I don't do blocks. Gangster shit only. You know, one of my most favorite things that have come out in the market in the last year or so is these Stc Seats. I've talked about them before on YouTube. I've told you guys about them on Instagram. I swear by them. I run them on every one of my bikes now. It's no joke. It's my most favorite seat there is. You know, it's something about this bad boy right here, this little pad right here. It clicks my boxes. It tickles my boxes as well. To put all this power and all this badassness to the ground, we're running Metzler Cruise Tech tires. I don't give a fuck, it's the best tire on the planet. I've tried a bunch of different tires and this one is the one. I'm fucking running them also on all of my bikes. So Metzler, get at me, boy. I need to get some love from you guys. We need to make some tires happen down here. Fucking cost me an arm and a leg. You know, one of the biggest things I have a problem with or you know, I guess coming up with is the paint schemes for the bikes that I do. A lot of times I like things real simple. I've had the bass boat bikes and lately I've been veering more towards just simple bikes. With this bike, I was driving back from LA or somewhere, I don't know, and came up with an idea of kind of going white and ghosting down into different grays and things like you see. I handed my idea off to Alex over at ACPC and kind of said, go for it, do your thing, here's my idea, and I walked away. And really stoked on the return. It's not your normal bagger, you know, man. I wanted it to be mine, and I really think that he achieved it with what I liked, man. When I'm putting this together and the way it flows, I'm pretty hyped on it. So that's it, man. That's it. That's the bagger. That's the Speed King's bagger I've been working on for almost a year now, but it's ready. And I'll be out next week riding in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, taking it back to JL Harley Davidson for them to check it out. You can find me at J&L Harley Davidson, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, July 9th, 10th, 11th, 2021, in case you're watching this shit next year. We'll have this bike there. Come check it out in person, because she's gonna be a blinger. I don't know what else to talk about though, guys. That's all I got for you today. So I hope you like it. It's been a lot of work, man. I am pretty stoked on it. I'm being a little cocky, I know. It's just for the video. But I'm pretty stoked on it, and honestly, like, it's been a lot of work. This is the first time I've ever fucked with the bagger for the most part, so I think my first try on it, I think I did pretty well. I don't think it's gonna be my last try. I'm gonna go for another one probably here pretty soon, but I might need to take a break and do some chopper shit for a bike or two, just kind of get that inspiration going again.